right, there we go. Nice to have you back. Remember, folks, you're going to have an opportunity to win yourself a case of Score energy drinks during the course of the show. Coming up in a minute or so, and then we'll explain to you how you can win on our Facebook page. All right, gentlemen, we were talking a little bit there between the break of what the log is looking like at the moment. Let's quickly take a look there at Super League A, folks. On the log, it's Durban, Villages, False Bay, Hamiltons, SK Wilmers, and UCT that bring up your top 6 at the moment, and then followed by Unimore, Van der Stel, Tygerberg, Helderberg, Brackenfell, and Stellenbosch. They are out of the green and the red zone, so to speak. And then at the bottom, it's UWC, Kales River, and St. George's. Now, there's a few games still to be played, but one or two teams that will really know that this will be their last chance this weekend if they're playing. But Jerome, some interesting anomalies there of who could still squeeze into the top 6.
Yeah, if you look at Molnerton, they've had one game, so they're gonna struggle. But the top 6 is basically, it depends on what happened. If you look at Durban where they are, they still have 2 games. So they might, but I don't know, Faisal, if any of the others can squeeze in.
Yeah, I think it's like outside chance. You've probably got 3 teams that possibly might. You've got, Tygerberg, and I mean, depending on results again, Van der Stel, Tygerberg, and you've got Stellenbosch there. I think the key thing is the amount of games still outstanding. And if you look at, the amount of fixtures, it's all dependent on who you still got to play and that. Somebody's got to lose. And I think there's some big deciders still at the top that still needs to be played. So somebody's got to come out there.
Yeah, it's
tough.
Still a few permutations, folks. Yeah. Still a few permutations. Quite hard to figure out. But False Bay was up against UCT this past weekend. Another incredible game. Let's take a look. First half. All right, there we go. Halftime score then. UCT leading 29 points to 14 against False Bay. Jerome, your thoughts here?
Yeah, look, you can see the students seems like they're well rested and they're hungry to play. You can just see like they hardly make mistakes. Good set piece, good scrums, good mauls, scored a couple of maul tries there. But Falsby also, I mean, they played well. They put them under pressure. So it's it's still a lot to play for the second half.
Falsby seem to have their tails up at the moment. They really look like they're getting into their groove now.
Yeah, they struggle in the beginning, but
Yeah.
it seems like what you say, like they're picking up now, and it's almost like at the right time where they're picking up.
Yeah. All right, folks, let's go to the second half then. Of course, UCT leading 29-14 in the first half. Here we go back to second half. Right, there we go. Final score. UCT 29. Falls Bay taking the win then. 36 points to 29 over UCT then. Jerome, good turnaround there for Falls Bay. And I think it just goes to show some of the maturity of both of those teams, in fact.
Yeah, Falsby, they didn't panic. Seems like they came out at halftime. They didn't panic. Have a lot of patience and played some good rugby.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, UCT, I think it was a good game. I think both of them played, and Falsby did well to win the game.
Yeah, Faisal, it just goes to show a little bit of some of the quality of the teams that you've got in Super League A. You look at that game, I can almost not tell the difference between that and a Curry Cup side.
Yeah, no, definitely. You can see the standard is improving year in, year out and that there. So it's good to see. I mean, watching the game, I mean, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's great to see.
Well, it's a good challenge for you to have from a Western Province rugby point of view is to have these guys. It's a good problem.
JP, it's awesome. I think it's also great to see, like we mentioned earlier, on the other teams that's also coming to the party and that there. So I think the league, if you look at it in the past, you would have had, sort of dominance there on top. It's now you're still going to play up until the last match in terms of deciding who's that top six. So it's fantastic.
Right, folks, it is amazing to watch such good quality rugby. We'll take an ad break. When we come back, we're going to be taking a look at the match between Collegians and Kraaifontein, and we'll also be taking a look at some of your other fixtures and the results from the logs. So don't go away. Back in a sec.